Hey gang, welcome back. It is I, DrBossKey, and I thought I would do a very short tutorial on how I create GIFs using my in-game sprite sheets. So while we're hopping over, and this one's for you, Square, and I will, I will show you. Let's see, hit that button. Okay, so let's just take, so here I have basically my game asset directory. And you can see here, I won't use a huge one, but like, let's take this guy for instance, right? Open this guy up. Let's go fast. Okay, so I have basically our Hellmaster enemy here, and if you're using Shmup Creator, but this is a very common technique in all video game assets. So if you want to do sprite sheet animations, the engine does that. So I'm kind of taking that from a perspective. And so what I've done is we've created each of the individual frames. And because it's a sprite sheet and it's not really a tutorial on that, they're all individually spaced. And then what happens is the engine, or in this case, I'll show you how we create a GIF with that, will then iterate through each of these frames and that creates your animation. So, okay, so now that we got that bad boy, I'm going to share with you a secret tool that I've been using. Okay, so it's called easygif.com, and this place is fantastic. It's a free site, which is awesome. And you can come into easygif.com and you can go to a thing called the sprite sheet cutter. There's lots of options you can optimize. And one of my favorite little things to do is I like turning our enemies, our basically in-game simplified animations, into GIFs. So I'm going to basically come into here. Come on, there we go. And I'm going to grab, where was that guy? I lost my guy. Where did he go? There he is. All right, cool. So I'm going to grab this guy here. And he was selected. There we go. And then I'm going to upload him. All right. So it's uploading here. And then you'll see here that now that I've uploaded my my sprite sheet, which is basically just a PNG with an alpha channel. So that's why it's transparent. Then you can do this thing where, again, sprite sheet cutter, you can come down and you can cut by the number of columns and rows. So you click that, and then we know here we have 2 columns and we have 2 rows. So you come here and you set those in our case. Now, if you have more, you set it to different, but that's basically the thing. And then you click the cut button, cut, and look, it cuts out each of the individual frames. Awesome possum. And then you have this thing called create GIF animation. There are other things you can create, but boom, we're going to create the GIF animation. And then, so here it'll be, you can do a bunch of different types of things, but probably the most important things that I think that are worth doing is you don't want to stack your frames. This basically just means that it doesn't keep the same frame in the back now. It could be a stylistic thing, and you could do that. And the other thing is then your delay time. So basically now I've done that, we'll make a GIF. And there we go. We're like, okay, maybe it's a tiny bit too slow. So you come back up here and you're like, hey, I want to make it a little bit faster. This is the time in between frames. So let's try 30. And I just hit enter. Oh, it's slower, right? So we don't want to go faster. Let's try 10. We want to go faster. We don't want to go slower. So there you go. Like he's got some frenetic action here. Let's just do something silly. Oh my God, he's chopping sushi. Sorry, I'm a big man child. I can't help myself. Yeah, and I think this feels pretty good. So, and then all you do is you right click on this bad boy. You can save the image as, and then we'll name this like we do normally. So I'll just do this. I'll go to my downloads, and basically what you have is if I click on that, so here this is just Windows in this case, so it shows you that you've got there it's a GIF animation, and then you can also drag it into a browser. In this particular case, the browser doesn't fills in the background with a white background as opposed to transparent in this case. But if you hop over to Discord, let's see here. It doesn't matter. I'll just do this and poop and poop. There you go. And now we have, one of the things I like to do is I like to add them to the favorites. In this case, I'm going to name the file better so I have it there. But what I do is I like having essentially is it here? Is it here? Oh, so if you click on GIF, you can see right here. And you can go to favorites. And in this case, I don't think it's going to load these. There's a couple bugs sometimes with Discord. My GIFs are a little bit on the fatty, higher resolution side of things. So I need to shrink them down. But that is the gist of it. So also, if you flip back to Easy GIF, there's a couple things you can do. So you have this, you can create, you can click on the optimizer. And we can see here that this is 256 by 256. Did I click that? Hello, me? Hello. Oh, optimize. There you go. So, and you can see here, they even say, we advise you to optimize this GIF to reduce file size. And that's the main thing here is you want to keep your, as long as it looks good and it doesn't completely fall apart, you want to reduce your size to the platform you're using. And you can also run this optimizer. So we clicked on the optimizer here. And here you can see that right now, the file size is 49 kilobytes. So it's actually pretty small because the overall base texture is pretty small. But you can come in here and you can essentially crank up your compression, optimize GIF. And then here we can see we've had a savings. Like there's a couple other things you can go deep into. I won't go too deep there. But you can see here that we have a 33% increase or decrease in file size. And of course, the smaller your files are, the faster they will load. And that'll be better. So, you know, it's all kind of a balance between how compressed it looks versus how many frames you have versus how big you want the actual sprites to be. And yeah, so I hope that's helpful to everyone else. Thank you so much. Talk to you next time.